YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Concise the Barber, and in this video we're going to be talking about a concise review, but this is something that's going to be a little bit different. It's not your original clippers and trimmers, something that we're going to do at the barbershop. This is personal grooming. We're going to talk about Manspot. So let's get into this concise review. Let's see what I have to say about it.
CTB, you know who it is.
So in this video, we're going to be talking about something that most barbers might not want to get for their clients. This is more of a personal use. This is something that you like to use at home. And yes, I am going to be talking about this trimmer. This is a Manspot trimmer. This is trimming all sensitive areas. Now, let me talk about this because I know sometimes when we see videos like this talking about, we usually think of just one thing, right? So let me just talk about all the sensitive areas that this trimmer would be good for, other than just the groin area, because that's the first place that a lot of people think, right? But if you're not one of those people that use anything, yeah, you can use this for your neckline. This is for also your chest, your stomach and your abs, underarms, back of the neck, legs and thighs. For all those that want to use something like this, maybe you're an athlete and you might need not much hair on your legs. And let's say you're a swimmer. I don't know, but let's talk about this thing, right? So this product, starting in on their website, is at $59.99. Not that bad. You could definitely just pick this up. I believe they have their website, and also on Amazon you can find this, and you can pick this bad boy up for $60. So not bad at all. The next thing I like to talk about is power and battery life. When it comes to the power, it says to have 7,000 RPMs with a 90-minute runtime. So I don't know about you, but using a personal use trimmer, definitely don't see anybody using it past 20 minutes. I mean, depending on how much of a hair bearer that you are, but other than that, I don't really see many people doing that. Has a 90-minute runtime, and also what's dope about this, it is USB-C. So that is definitely something that we like to see in these type of products, especially personal use, because I feel like we always have our phone charger around us, and majority of our phones are USB-C now anyway. So since we're talking about USB-C, let's talk about packaging. What comes with this? You do get 4 attachment combs. You see 2 of them. Let me show you them right here. 2 of them have that flip reverse. One side is this size, the other side is that size, and you can be using that. Now, like I said, this stuff is for all sensitive areas. And also they have these. So I'll be honest with y'all, it was kind of tricky for me to understand how these things like slide on like that, but I do like how this just snaps on. Now that I understand it, to me, it makes sense. That being said, I do like that. So it comes with that. It comes with this cord, the USB-C cord. Comes with a little brush. I recently was just using that. That's what you will see in the packaging from Manspot. Now, when it comes to the design, this thing is very, very small. Like it's a small trimmer. Now, one thing I have to say is that the blade is nice and wide. Nothing wrong with that. But I did notice that even though it's this small, the blade is wide. So it does take up some room. I do like the matte rubber grip feel of it. You're definitely going to need that, to be honest, because I feel like, not to be like that, how much style do you really feel like you need when it comes to like a personal use trimmer? But that's that, right? It does have this huge power button with a battery indicator right here and USB-C at the bottom. So that's what you get when it comes to the design. But let me say something else too, and I think this is kind of important. For those that like to use trimmers in the shower, yes, this is waterproof. So you can use this in the shower. So I definitely thought that was cool. For 60 bucks, man, that's not a problem. So when it comes to performance, it's very, very smooth. I'll be honest, does a really good job. Don't have to pass over, that many times. If you're using this, like, let's say for your armpits or for your legs or your chest or anything of that nature, or your stomach, the ceramic blade that's on this, it doesn't nick or pull. So that's I mean, nobody wants that. It's not like I said, it's not bulky, but it does a good job. It has a nice wide blade. but it does a good job. So performance wise, I didn't expect nothing less, you know, to be honest, that it wouldn't perform, you know, well or whatever like that. I kind of had a feeling that it would perform well. Let's get to the observation, because there are some things that I did notice about this trimmer I didn't know. So for one, I do want to talk about this. Shout out to them for this type of blade. For some reason, this blade, I'm gonna show you guys, this blade right here, the top of it is nice and smooth, but it is also thin at the same time. So you got to be careful, y'all. You know, you just got to be careful. But one thing I liked about this is that when you snap this off, there's like this hook right here. So when you're cleaning it, you don't have to take this completely off. I thought that was kind of cool. And also maybe I like these guards. I think if they would have kept them the same for this trimmer, I think that would have been nice. And maybe a charging dock would have been cool. But I think once you start doing that, then the price goes up. Then you might be looking at $100. So that's what you guys get with the Manspot. My concise reviews is something that stays on the station. This is not a station type of trimmer, y'all. Clearly, is this something that stays home? Very much so. If I was y'all looking for something under $60 and you know you need it for personal use, and it being waterproof and having a ceramic blade, having some guards, USB-C, if all of that fits to what you're interested in and what you're looking for, then I would say, yeah, it's a good buy. You know, if you're not, then I understand. But this is a personal use trimmer. And I have to say that, you know, this gets the job done type of trimmer. If y'all need a personal trimmer, Manspot has a trimmer for you to pick up. So just wanted to let y'all know that's my concise review. Now I am going to have another video where I'm going to do a comparison, because I know people are going to ask questions. Well, what about this brand? So you'll understand what brand that is in the next video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all be blessed. Also, you might want to pay attention to the description. I have a nice discount code on the Manspot trimmer. So look in the description below. You'll see the link and you'll see exactly what type of discount I have to offer. Y'all be blessed.
CTB. You know who it is.